What's good, everybody, and welcome back to the Winning Bucket. I'm Onin, that's Aaron, that's Mongab. The playoffs already started. We're not a bit late, but we'll be giving you our predictions for the first round of the NBA playoffs. But before that, I just want to say this NBA playoffs is like a battle of the past versus the future, battling for the present. Because if you look at the list of the games, it's like that, and it's going to be good as well as this season because we had already a tease of that one during today's game. It was today's first day of NBA playoffs. We had that tease with the Anthony Edwards and the Kevin Durant interaction. So we get to see maybe more things like that one. So let's recap some of the games that happened today. First game, we had the Cavs versus the Magic. The Cavs won today's game. It was an easy game for them. The problem with Orlando Magic, they need to find more players to go on for get more points because they're a known defensive team, but they're not a very well known offensive team. They need to find a way to stop Donovan Mitchell because Donovan Mitchell cooked this team aside also with Evan Mobley. Next game is we have the Knicks versus the Sixers. Deuce McBride, Jalen Brunson, Mitchell Robinson did that. We pray for Joel Embiid. And yeah, also
How
Josh
could you
Hart.
forget Hart?
Yeah, forgot also Josh Hart. They did well today, but pray for Joel Embiid. Kasi when he played, he came back from that injury in the second half. They needed, he wasn't the same. He wasn't the same. Mitchell Robinson locked him up. So we don't know what will happen to Joel Embiid. But for me as a Sixer fan, you need to sit him down for like a 2-3 games. One or two games. So next game is we have the Minnesota versus the Phoenix Suns. The Minnesota Timberwolves won this one. Anthony Edwards show, Rudy Gobert show, also with Kevin Durant. Book needs to do well. Book needs to do more. That's what I have for this one.
It's so bad.
Yeah, he did so
Yeah.
bad. They locked down percentage shoot, the league's best percentage or 3-point shooter right now in Grayson Allen. They locked him up. He couldn't score.
I don't know, sprained his ankle.
Yeah, but they locked him up. That's it.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah,
next and final game, Denver versus the Lakers. Denver won. Jokic did good. They need D'Angelo Russell in this series. What are your recaps for today's games if you want to add some more?
Lakers game kasi I'm a Laker fan. The lights were too bright for Dela. 1 for 9, 3 overall field goal in a fucking game. It don't matter if Anthony Davis scores 50, LeBron goes 100 points. It really matters if D'Lo can shoot his shot. Where's that fucking meme where he was shooting after the game? What I hear, he was gone. Everybody knew that LeBron and AD were locked in from the moment the game started. It really mattered for the other role players. It was very disgusting to see that D'Lo would not shoot. Orlando, it was a boring game. KD versus Ant-Man was very interesting. There was a point where it was close. Then Ant-Man said, I'm the reincarnation of Michael Jordan. Check this shit out. Sidestep 3-pointer. And for the New York Knicks and Philly, I actually love that game. If you don't know, you know I'm sort of a Knicks fan. And I was really happy that I'm going to mention every player there. OG, Brunson, DiVincenzo, McBride, and Mitchell Robinson. And the rest of the gang were shooting the best 3-pointers I've ever seen. Wow. Like, they were just unconscious. Heck, even Bogdanovich was unconscious. Like, wow. I'm just surprised that the Knicks were booming. They didn't even have Julius Randle.
So Cavs Magic was competitive. They got chippy at some point during the game. I think it was George Niang and Mo Wagner. And it also involved Isaac Okoro, and I think this is gonna be an interesting series. We'll get to that later. I'll get more into that then. But game one was okay as a series starter. And for the second game was Phoenix and Minnesota. KD was good, but Bradley Beal was okay, but Booker was so bad. Like, they could never win if Booker does not score. Like, man was outplayed by, more than outplayed by Anthony Edwards, and yeah, you even saw Rudy Gobert score a fadeaway and one. So, and also they also got Naz Reid, who also took over at some point during the game. And yes, this is gonna be an interesting series. Hopefully, this goes 7 games. Next game was New York and Philadelphia. Just sad to see that Joel Embiid got hurt at, after 16 minutes, and I hope he actually plays because although he is injured, but it'll be fun if he actually plays. And Josh Hart was a surprise in this game. So and even Boyan Bogdanovic took over at some point. And yeah, this is gonna be an exciting series as well. The Sixers versus Knicks, and the other game was the Lakers Nuggets. Lakers had something going the first quarter actually, and then second quarter Nuggets started to take over the game. That after that Jamal Murray dunk, the momentum was just all with Denver. In the second half, it was all Denver. So they ended up winning the game, and we'll get more into the series later as we get into these predictions.
So now let's start off with our first round payoff predictions. Let's start off first with the East. We'll have the first game tomorrow between the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. Who do you have winning this game and how many games?
7. And it's going to the Heat. Because
Jimmy Butler? Even without Jimmy Butler?
even if there is no Jimmy Butler, you've seen Boston Celtics magyaga-yaga. Especially Tatum. Proven and tested last year na pag di siya matarong awa, kabaan siya. For those who don't understand language, kay karma eats them if they don't take it seriously. It don't matter if you have the Avengers in your squad, if the Avengers don't even take it seriously. And Miami Heat, when it comes to the playoffs, it turns up it clearly. It really matters if who will step up for Miami when Jimmy's out, but they got that dog in them. So if it's going to be close, I'm gonna go with Heat in 7, but if not, Boston in 4.
So I'm considering that Jimmy Butler is not gonna play because it's an MCL sprain that will take him multiple weeks to come back. I think they're gonna win some games, but since he's out, this goes to the Celtics in 6 games. No sweep for me. As long as they stay locked in, like Aaron said, basi magyaga-yaga na po sila. Nawa, magabaan. So if that does not happen, Celtics are gonna win this in 6 games. Considering that they have Porzingis now and Drew Holiday, I think they're gonna figure out how to win these games. Sayang wala si Butler, no? Lingaw ta ni.
You see, out like I'm not gonna play anymore out.
Considering that he's a tough player, he might be able to come back at the end of the series, but that might be too late. But at the beginning, I'm assuming he's not gonna play.
I have Celtics in. If Jimmy will play 6, if not 5, they're 3-0 against the Miami Heat in the season series, and you all know how good Celtics is, but there will be times na magyaga-yaga sila. So I have, let's say, final, I'll have it Boston in 5. I believe in Boston. I think Miami will take 1 game, and we all know how good the Celtics are right now, offensively, defensively. We all know how good they are. They're a very different team than last year. And there'll be some people who will try to take over in Miami. We know all Bam. We know sometimes Terry can do that. Tyler Hero might be questionable. But like if there's no Jimmy, this will be a problem, especially with that MCL. That's why I was scared when I watched that Sixers game, and everyone was scared when watching the Sixers game when he got injured. So yeah, I have Boston winning in 5 easily. Next game we have is the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Indiana Pacers. Who do you have here and in how many games?
Like I said, Bucks is screwed. No Giannis, and it's only Dame. Is Middleton even good anymore?
100%. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
Anyways,
he's not 100%.
and
Hey, go on. Sorry.
Doc Rivers could not coach in the playoff. He doesn't know how to adjust when it comes to the playoff. It's proven and tested and shown over and over and over and over again that he doesn't know how to adjust when in the playoffs in the moment. Sure, he has his plays, he has his calls already set. But what happens if the other coach already knows what to do? He's screwed, bro. But then again, it's still the Bucks compared to the fighting Pacers with no name. So I'm still gonna go with Bucks. in 6. The Pacers are gonna make some noise, but not too loud enough. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bucks in 6.
So I'm not assuming Giannis will play. Like maybe he might return like game 4, game 5. But and Dame is not 100%. So and this will be interesting though, because remember, the middle of the season, the Pacers were the ones that took the game ball from Giannis when he scored 64 points. I know Dame is also not 100%, but like Aaron said, Pacers will make some noise, but not loud enough. But they got some experience in Pascal Siakam. Yeah, I think Tyrese Haliburton will make a lot of noise. So and Giannis is not gonna might not play, and Dame is not 100%. So I'm actually gonna go with Pacers here in 7.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting, right?
That's
Yeah. Go on.
interesting. Okay.
Uh,
Not shocking, but
Yeah, yeah.
interesting. But the
Yeah.
Pacers in 7?
Yeah. 7.
Yeah, that's not shocking. But not, oh, that's very interesting. Kasi like, if you look at the
Yeah.
season series, they're 5-0. That's before the trades
No,
deadline.
it's 4-1, I think.
The 4-1 or 5-0. It either way, I forgot.
Yeah.
Didn't check
4-1.
it
Yeah.
fully.
Yeah.
So
They played 5 games. That's for sure.
yeah, they played 5 games. That's for sure. And Indiana
Yeah,
won
yeah.
that season series, but we all know it's a different ball game in the playoffs because it's a series. And those games I think happened before Siakam went in, so it's interesting to see how this team will go up against Milwaukee. But Giannis won't be playing 1 to 2 games because of his calf injury, and Dame is injured as well, so they're not 100%. So it won't be shocking if after this podcast episode, the first game of Indiana and Milwaukee, Indiana might steal that series. So I'm going with Milwaukee in 6, as I believe na they might steal a game or two, but if Giannis comes back healthy, Dame is a bit healthy, we all know how good that team is. But I am for sure we are going to get high scoring games. If you look at their games, if you know the
That's
Indiana
for sure.
games, they reach 120, 112, 140, 150. So it will be like a playoff, it will be like an all-star game type of game, but we all know how the offensive ability of the Indiana Pacers. So I hope that the scoring drought or the bad months that Tyrese Halliburton had in the past months, it will be not the same for the start of the playoffs or in the playoffs, because we want that Tyrese Halliburton, that all-star Tyrese Halliburton in this playoffs, because Indiana needs that one. Siakam also needs to be that all-star type for them to help them win this series, because we all know how good Giannis is, we all know how good Dame is, we all know how good Brook Lopez is, Middleton as well. So they also have the experience, and we all know Indiana, I think it's their first time in the playoffs again. So we will see, but I think experience will be this one. So I have Milwaukee in 6. Next game, let's have the game that happened kanina, and that was the Sixers versus the New York Knicks. New York Knicks, as of recording, is leading 1-0. Who do you think will win the series, and in how many games?
6 and 5. Clearly, Embiid injured. The only guy who's scoring in fucking Sixers is Maxi. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Maxi. I'm not familiar with your game. You were so fucking fast compared to every point guard in the New York Knicks. Like the moment he got the rebound, McBride could not chase him. He was like, he was so fucking fast. So yeah, I see them stealing a game from the New York Knicks. So Knicks and 5, especially with the New York Knicks is clicking and the energy. God damn, I love the fucking energy in the Mecca. The crowd was cheering everybody. The moment that somebody touched the fucking basketball, they're like, "Oh yes, yes, yes!" I was like, "Damn, the energy!" No wonder New York Knicks players loved playing, or not even New York Knicks in general. Like every NBA player loves to show up in the Mecca. So I believe the New York Knicks will do something with those 6 and 5, especially when Embiid's injured.
I was actually having a hard time picking who was gonna win the series. Because I consider that Embiid was gonna be 100%, but since game one, but he he got hurt. Like, he's playing hurt even without Randall. I think the Knicks can still be good in this. To get other players show up, like as we talked about earlier, Miles, Juice McBride, Isaac, and Josh Hart and OG Anunoby or Dante DiVincenzo are gonna have good series here. And what I was concerned about in the Knicks side was that who could match up with Joel Embiid? Because again, I thought Joel Embiid was gonna be 100%, but not really. So, and the 76ers again, they need a healthy Joel Embiid to win the series, and they also need other players like Kelly Oubre was okay earlier. Like they need Nick Batum. I initially had Sixers and 7, but Embiid is not really 100%. So now this time after seeing game one, I'm switching my pick to Knicks and 6.
I also have Knicks in 6. Sad kasi I'm a Sixers
Hmm.
fan and Embiid is injured. It was his first dunk since he returned from that meniscus injury. So he did that and he got injured. So I'm sad, but
self self injury, self inflicting injury.
yeah. And you know he is not 100% if he got locked down by Mitchell Robinson in the fourth quarter. You know he's not healthy if he got locked down. So I have the Knicks in 6. I think they might steal 2 games. I think Embiid will have like good games, but they will. The Knicks are just different this season. They're different in this playoff. If they're going to have to keep the same energy that they did in the first round and the first game, they could win this series. So I have the Knicks in 6. Shout out to Deuce McBride. Shout out to Jalen Brunson. Shout out to Josh Hart. They carried game 1 and it will be a fun series to watch. A bit also scary kasi Embiid is hurt. But for Sixers, Maxi is stepping up. So you all need um, Tobias Harris take over, Kelly Oubre take over. So whoever takes over if Joel Embiid is hurt, they need that guy. So yeah, I got the Knicks in 6. And next game, and the last game we have for the East, let's go with Magic versus the Cavs. As time of recording, the Cleveland Cavaliers is leading 1-0 against the Magic. Who do you have winning this series and in how many games?
4. After seeing this game, their Magic is not ready. Clearly, no point guard, no offense. Their defense was lackluster. Even if you're known for your defense, no. 4 clearly. Maybe it will be a close game in all of those games, but knowing that Donovan Mitchell is a playoff performer, he's never been shy of playoffs. Um, the thing's good. It's clearly a sweep. Especially if there's no adjustments, sweep.
I thought this was gonna be this is the first playoffs of Paolo Banchero, and as you know, as there's not much experience in Orlando, and Cleveland already suffered defeat last year from the New York Knicks. I think they are more locked in than they know what to expect because they also have a new player in Max Strus who has been to the NBA Finals, and Donovan Mitchell as Aaron is a playoff performer. Is not shied away from it, and hopefully Jared Allen. Hopefully the lights are not too bright for Jared Allen this time, like he said last year. And they're not gonna be in the Mecca. They're gonna be in the Kia Center in Orlando if they're not in Cleveland. So I have here Cavs in 5 because I think there's gonna be one game where Paolo Banchero is just gonna be he's gonna show what he could do in the playoffs. So as his career goes on. So but this is only his first playoff series, so there's no shame in not playing in losing this. So I have here Cavs in 5.
I have also Cavs in 5. I think there will be a game, let's say game 3 or possibly game 4, wherein Donovan Mitchell will be a bit locked down or like he is off. Also Garland will try to take over but kulang. So I think Magic will capitalize on that and take one game. So I have them in game 5. The problem with Orlando Magic is that they're good. They're well known for their defense, but they need someone who will be able to carry them offensively. They only have Paolo Banchero and they only have Franz Wagner. you'll need someone else. Because two of them, they can't carry that offensive load on their own, so they need another one. And I think Cole Anthony could be that guy, but sometimes, or he could be that microwave, but it depends on if he will play, because Jalen Suggs is very well known defensively. The team is very well known defensively. That's the thing. They need offense. They need, because offense wins games. Like basketball, you need, or sports, you need more points to win games. So you need to be known. You need to have someone else who could score and help you and all that. Cleveland, they're different now, and their next series is up against either Boston or Miami. So they need to finish this series early to prepare for that series. So either 5 or 4. I won't be shocked if they get swept, if Orlando gets swept. But Cleveland, I have them in 5 because yeah, I think they're gonna take one game. But they need to finish this series early to prepare for Boston and Miami, because I think people already like throw them out already off the bus that they proceed to the next round, they're going to get swept or they're going to lose already. So Cleveland in 5. So next, let's go on with our Western Conference teams. So now let's go on with the first game, Thunder versus Pelicans. This is the game for the future. Who do you have winning and in how many games?
Zion not coming back clearly, or is he even coming back?
I'm not sure. We not sure.
No.
We not sure. So say Zion
Okay,
come back
stay
or no
in
Zion. I don't know.
5 or 6. That's all. There's no analysis because if there's no Zion, I'm sorry, Brandon Ingram. I know you're a very 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 good player, bro. You still need help regardless. And I'm going with OKC was healthy. Yes, they don't have playoff experience. Nobody there is a veteran, not a single soul. But it's clear that they are a better team. And without Zion, CJ and Brandon Ingram could not do it on their own. That's all. So I'm going with OKC in 6.
I actually have a OKC in 4
Okay.
because Shea is gonna be Shea has been in the playoffs before, but that was a long time ago. That was the last time he was there. It was the bubble, and I think he's been to one when he was in the Clippers, but that was a long time ago. But no one else has experience. Lou Dort was also there in the bubble. He also, that was also the series where he guarded James Harden. So again, that was a long time ago. So these playoffs are pretty new to them. So, and no one has experience aside from Gordon Hayward, and he's the only one that I could think of as real playoff experience. So, and Pelicans, I think the way they could win games is if Valanciunas can dominate the paint, and also if Brandon Ingram or CJ McCollum takes over in a game. That's one way they could win a game in this series. But I don't see them winning any games here. So I have your Thunder in 4.
Mura ko gago ani, pero I think Thunder will win it by 5, but Jose Alvarado will be locking down Shea in this series. So Alvarado will be a key factor in this one, even there's no Zion. So this will be a crazy game, but then Alvarado will be locking down Shea. So I think it will be like the Delhi in versus Curry in 2016. I think that's going to happen, but with Alvarado. But I have the Thunder winning in 5, because if there is no Zion, Ingram can't do it all. CJ is sometimes off in the playoffs, so it's easy for Shea. And like next game, let's have the Dallas versus the Clippers, the last game in this for this day, for the next day, series day 2. Who do you have here, and how many games?
I'm gonna go off what JP, my friend, said. How many games he put up? He says here that in his playoff bracket of the Dallas Mavericks, he picks them to win the championship. And for the first match of the Clippers, he's going Dallas in 6. So I'm going with Dallas in 6 as well. I believe that the Clippers could put up a fight, especially playoff Kawhi. And this is just a matter of
Play? I think
he might play if he returns. But yeah, it really depends on Luka's stamina, because it's been seen that Luka's one. But then again, Kyrie Irving's here, so the distribution of offense will be equal. So it just really depends on Luka this time. The offense is flowing. Everybody's doing what they need to do. I see Dallas winning, especially for Luka, because everybody's trying to root for Luka right now. That's all. Dallas in six. No analysis for Clippers because they're old veterans who are trying to make a championship. And if they cannot, it will be terrible for them.
In the past two times they faced, it was always Clippers, and Mavs came close though, and Luca had no backup. It was just Porzingis, but that was when everyone was talking shit about this guy. So Porzingis is gone, and now they have Kyrie Irving, who is legit, who has actually playoff experience, has won a championship before, and has proven himself at times during the playoffs. So again, in the past, there was no Kyrie. Now he's there, and again, the Mavs came up close. Like there was just the last time they played, it was 7 games, and we are not even sure if of Kawhi's availability in the series. So I'm really hoping Kawhi plays, so this will be more fun, and because as you know, Kawhi in playoff Kawhi is just a different beast. So I don't know, but I don't know how good PG has kind of been inconsistent in the playoffs. Because remember that time when people were either calling him playoff P or pandemic P, like he is just there's nothing in between. The Mavericks again, they got a better team now. They got Kyrie, they got PJ Washington, and they got Daniel Gafford, who rarely misses a shot. So I have here Mavs in 7 games.
You know what's funny? I remember the Halloween costume of Paul George. Yung Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
Tapos it will be like Where's
Uh-huh.
PG? if he will
Yeah.
be not show
Where's
up.
P? Where is P?
Yeah, where's P? So if he won't show up, that meme will come back because there's no Kawhi. So if he won't show up, that will meme come back. So for me, I have Dallas in 7. I want to reach or make this series into 7 games because this will be a fun series to watch, especially if Kawhi will come back in this series. And yeah, the Dallas Mavericks of last year and the Dallas Mavericks of this year is way different. Luka now has reinforcements. He has Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington, Kyrie Irving, Tim Hardaway Jr. He has reinforcements now. He has a better team, and this will be the series wherein Dallas will finally win in their playoff series. So Dallas will win this one. Paul George needs to take over. Westbrook, Harden also they need to take over, and also Kawhi, if he comes back, they need him. So there will be games wherein we'll get a Paul George game. We might also get a Westbrook game. We might also get a Harden game. So I won't be shocked if this will reach in 7 games. But yeah, I'm excited to watch this one. I have school tomorrow at 9 o'clock. The game starts at 9 o'clock. I don't care what happens tomorrow. I'm gonna try to find a way to watch this game. So yeah, I have Dallas in 7, and I can't wait for Luka to take over in this game. So because he's the player with the most experience against this team in the playoffs. So Luka knows his stuff. So Luka will win this one. Dallas in 7. Next game, the game that happened kanina, Suns versus Wolves. As time of recording, Wolves is leading 1-0 against the Phoenix Suns. Who do you have winning this series and in how many games?
Prior to this game, I was rooting for the Phoenix Suns because it's not the Booker, it's Kevin Durant, and he did prove it today. He's KD. It's just sad to see that the two stars did not align with KD. They should have 18 points for Booker, 15 for Bradley Beal. The highlights made it look like, yes, I watched the highlight, I didn't watch the full game. Who watches that way early in the morning in the morning? Anyways, because I watched Dennis Julia as well. We had a concert in today. Anyways, yeah. So I wanted the Suns to win. and I knew that KD was going to show up, especially that he wanted to prove himself post dynasty that he is a winner. Now it's just sad to see that nobody else stepped up. No role player, no co-star, and Ant-Man showed why he's the reincarnation of Michael Jordan. Period. So did the McDaniels dude. He played so well defense on the other stars of the Phoenix Suns. I was so surprised. I was not familiar with your game as well. For for Walker, Neil Alexander Walker, he had threes that were very important, and he showed up. He hit those threes. Talking to you, D'Angelo Russell. But anyways, Carl Anthony Towns doing his thing. Gobert was not exposed. I'm surprised that Gobert was not exposed enough. Like he was just guarding a center. Like he was guarding the center of the Timberwolves. I don't know. Yeah, no, he was guarding the center of the Phoenix Suns. My bad.
Okay.
He was just guarding the center of the Phoenix Suns. He was not in pick and roll situations. Maybe it's because the stars of Phoenix prefer ISO ball. I don't know. They have to draw something else. So they have to use Gobert in that offense. Oh, for our Suns. Prior to this, prior to the games even started, I had Suns in 6. Now that I watched the now that I knew the output of the first game, it's going to be Suns in 7. I still stand that the Suns will win. It'll just be a very chippy game. Just really depends on how hard or how well the stars perform.
I sure you have your Suns in 6 because I know Book didn't show up. Like he was so bad in this game, so that's why they lost. But Kevin Durant like had a good first half. Like second half he just disappeared. But Bradley Beal was okay. So, but for Kevin Durant has to show up. Like he needs to turn into like, here's how. Remember when he said, watching this is a spiritual experience. We need to have something like that for them to win games. Like not only from him, also from Devin Booker. Because in the past playoffs, like last year, even in the previous years, Devin Booker has always performed in the playoffs, except for elimination games for some reason. But I think they can still win this series. But Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns are need to perform too. So Rudy Gobert has, yeah, like Aaron said, whatever adjustments the Suns need to make, it has to be around Rudy Gobert. Like how they could adjust with Rudy Gobert, so they could maybe expose him. But for other players from the Timberwolves, like Mike Conley and Nickeil Alexander Walker and Jaden McDaniels, have got to star in their own role if the Timberwolves are gonna win this game. But I have here the Phoenix Suns in 6 games because I think Book is gonna figure out how to take over in a game and score 47 again, maybe. And yeah, I have Suns in 6.
Damn.
Yeah, next.
Damn, you both have Suns in winning this series. I have the Wolves winning
Yeah.
this series. I
Yeah.
have them winning in 6. Because I believe,
Prior to the game,
yeah,
prior to the game?
even prior to the game, I
Right.
have the Wolves winning this one. Because I believe in Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns and the support he has. And, like,
Wow.
Rudy Gobert's defensive things, he already improved his perimeter. It showed up as well in the first game. So yeah, I have the Timberwolves winning this one, and this will be a fun game. We all know that Kevin Durant and Devin Booker will show up, but like D Book needs to show after the first game. He needs to show up after the first game, and Bradley Beal is like okay lang this in the season.
Yeah, he's okay, yeah.
he's
Not
okay. Not that great that how good he is, but yeah, these three need to show up. And the Phoenix Suns they lack small ball. There'll be like Rudy Gobert, not Rudy Gobert, Yusuf Nurkic be there, but like if they go small, they're dead. They're dead for the Timberwolves. So Timberwolves need to take advantage of, especially in that small ball lineup of the Phoenix Suns. They need to take advantage of that one and win. So yeah, I have the Timberwolves taking this series in 6. And last series that we'll be predicting, Lakers versus Denver. As time of recording, Denver is leading 1-0. Who do you have winning the series and why? And how many games?
Uh, uh, I bet 4-digit money on this game because I knew every human being knew that LeBron was gonna take this game. Si Dilo hindi. Dilo had a different idea. He didn't want this fucking game. Prior to this game, I had the Lakers in 7 because I knew that Jokic is a superstar together with Jamal Murray and PJ and the rest of the gang. But the reason why I chose Lakers because this is LeBron's final year before Bronny gets drafted. So it really depends where Bronny goes. So I really hope that LeBron will try his bestest form. And he did. He sort of did. Fourth quarter, he only had 2 points, which was annoying. But he also knew that the game already lost when they lost that 12-point deficit at the first half. Jokic is such a fucking guy who no, I'm not. I don't even like it. I mean, he's such a fucking great player, but he's unguardable at most times, and he reads the ball like nobody else does. It was very competitive for the first four quarters prior to the fourth. And they just really ran out of gas. Prior to this, I had Lakers in 7. After this game, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's looking like Nuggets in 6, and it hurts to say me that. So I'm not gonna bet on this series anymore. No more alarm last on. This is game 1 was already setting the tone of how the Nuggets are. And that's all.
Nuggets in 6. Because I don't think this will be a sweep vote. I think games will be Lakers will have a better fight. They can actually win games because, as I saw a few days ago, that LeBron and Davis have been locked in ever since they lost the series last year. So, and now they get the Nuggets, of course. But I think the most they can get is 2 games. Because like I said, they'll put up a better fight this year. And they need other players to show up. Like, they need Dela to show up. They need Austin Reeves to show up. They need Gabe Vincent to show up. They gotta play like there's no tomorrow. Because this is the Nuggets. These are the defending champions. So, as we talked about some other team earlier today, dapat mag-iaga-aga kay Denver ba yan eh? Yeah. Diba? And mag-iaga-aga tayo. So, yeah, Nuggets in 6. For the Denver side, the loss of Bruce Brown has been they've battled with all season long, and also the loss of Jeff Green. Like today, they had DeAndre Jordan in their rotation, surprisingly. They're actually using a backup, and that was because Aaron Gordon was in foul trouble. Like as we expected, we saw Christian Brown and Peyton Watson and also Reggie Jackson in the rotation. A few minutes from Justin Holiday, but he attempted one shot and never came back in the game. Like Nuggets they just took over in the second half earlier today and just proved why they have been the champions last year. So yeah, Nuggets in 6.
I also have Nuggets in 6 kasi Jokic is better. He's the best player in this series. And we
In
all
the
know,
world.
yeah, probably in the world as well. We all know how good LeBron and D'Lo are, but Jokic, we all know Davis. I mean, we all know how good LeBron and Davis are. Also D'Lo, but Jokic is very different. Like the lack of when they lost Bruce Brown and like people like Jeff Green, it didn't matter. They have P. Watson taking over. They have Christian Braun taking over. Like
Braun.
Braun, yeah, it
Brown.
didn't matter.
Not
So
Brown. Yeah.
so Jokic is the guy. Jamal Murray is the guy. And I don't know if we'll get this thing again back in this series. I don't know in the next coming series if they proceed. But that triple double Jokic and triple double Murray, like what happened last year, it will be fun to see. So like, yeah, Mercury, Jokic, MPJ, Aaron Gordon, they gonna do their thing. For the Lakers side, they need D'Lo. D'Lo is the X factor for this Lakers team. Austin Reeves as well. If these guards don't score or don't produce much, they gonna have a hard time. Davis and LeBron, they gonna do their thing. So like, yeah, it will lack sometimes, but sometimes they need others to help them as well. Going to the first game that happened today, looking at my recap, um, D'Lo, they need D'Lo. Literally, they need D'Lo. D'Lo was like 1 of 9, 3 of 9, something like that from three, and they need him. They need him. Also, Austin Reeves, they need him. And as well, I heard na they will try more adjustments for Jokic. That's the plan of Darvin Ham, because they didn't give it all in this first game. So we will see what are those adjustments are. But I have Denver in 6. I also knew na LeBron didn't score in the fourth quarter, unlike in the last like 3 minutes na lang. So
You had
that
2 points.
Time.
yeah, that's a problem. You need LeBron very much involved in the fourth quarter. So yeah, the run this Jokic, the run the Denver will have is crazy, especially if like they're in the runs, because like if they're on that groove, out of nowhere transition 3 KCP twice, like kanina, yo done, time out. Yo, all done. So they need to find way on how to stop the system of Denver. It's gonna be tough, but yeah, hoping their adjustments will be finding more ways to contain this Denver team and try to win games. So yes, I have Denver in 6. Let's go back to the previous series with the Timberwolves and Suns. Who do you think is the best player in that series? Is it KD or is it Anthony Edwards?
It's one small sample size. Edwards had 33, KD had 31, 1 assist, 7 rebounds. Ant-Man had almost 10 rebounds and 6 assists. I'm gonna go with KD. He just trashed up KD because their team was down. But in terms of a one-on-one setting or who is better player in this series, go KD. And it's shown why. He's a dog. He's the reason he's Kevin Durant for a fucking reason. So yeah, I would also talk shit if I was up. But you know the rule. They only talk shit when they're up. Don't let them come back now. So
Yeah.
Yeah, come
Alright. Yeah.
Same.
My answer to that is yeah, I would say the same, but I'm considering that Kevin Durant. He has shown no signs of aging, and otherwise
except his
answer
hair.
would have been different. Huh?
Except his hair.
Hello?
Except his hair.
Ah,
Except
right. But in terms of playing style, I don't think so. But so otherwise the answer would have been different. But Kevin Durant is still the is the player that he has been for the past few years. So I would still say KD. Ant would be maybe better in a few years because we haven't seen much from him. Like he's only been to the playoffs twice and the first round exit twice as well. So yeah, I would say Kevin Durant for now.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask that one kasi there was like a debate na I saw kanina wherein is it Anthony Edwards or Kevin Durant the best player in this series? So looking at this, majority we have Kevin Durant winning this one as best player in the series. So like, but I'm not gonna be shocked if Anthony Edwards will be there kasi he's a different person in the playoffs rather than regular season. He's a better player. He's averaging 33 points in the playoffs. 33
In one game.
Not since last year.
Or
Since
in
last
his career? In his career?
Career. Yeah,
Damn, I didn't know
career.
that.
33, 34,
Damn it.
41, 36,
Damn,
and
bro.
38 ata. Oh. Those,
I remember his first playoff game. He actually showed up against Memphis,
yeah,
and they won that game.
yeah. That's his average career playoff, 33.4. So like crazy. His bet is different players like Jimmy Butler type playoff player. Like they will really show up in the playoffs. So yeah, those are our predictions for the first round playoffs. If depende na sa inyo ha kung gamitin ninyo ni for your betting or things like that. So it will all depend on you. But these are our predictions. We can't wait to watch the games or the series in the playoffs. So yeah, we'll be coming back for more episodes in the next coming weeks. So yeah, we will see you all soon. I'm Onin, that's Aaron, that's Mongab. Shout out Fry Up, Winning Bucket, and Darkwing, Routine Bites as well. We'll see you all soon. Peace.